All right. Well, good Monday afternoon with you. Owen Fritzen here with you again on a Monday afternoon. We have tornado warnings and we have severe thunderstorm warnings across our coverage area. Let's get started with this as the Storm Prediction Center didn't necessarily indicate a full risk of tornadoes today, but these are those general risk thunderstorms today that are possible with tornadoes that happen to occur, especially with some of the twisting going on in the atmosphere, for kind of the lack of a better term for everybody. We're kind of watching this from several angles. We have a lot of our team members in as well, watching on the backside as we continue to move through this storm, as this line of storms, especially in southern Ohio. What's going on down there. So let's get started here quickly with the tornado warnings in progress. Then we'll kind of come back out and talk about everything else. So the tornado warnings and the severe threat right now is concentrated in south central Ohio. So nothing for northwest Ohio, northeast Ohio, and even in the Mid Ohio Valley, nothing affecting you at this point. So if it's not about that area, I'm not going to mention it. Only going to be talking about the tornado warnings in progress right now. So let's take you to the first one. We'll kind of zoom in down here. Got a lot of lightning going on with these as well. Let me go ahead and zoom in here for you on the first one. Here's the tornado warning that's been issued here for portions of Highland and Adams County, and I'll read the text for you. This remains in effect until 6:30 for north central Adams and southeastern Highland counties. Moving tornado capable by radar, so this isn't anything confirmed on the ground, but this is moving at 30 miles an hour, located near Belfast. And radar indicated rotation once again. So locations impacted and some of the things you could see on the screen: Belfast, Sinking Spring, Mayhill, Serpent Mound, and Marshall. So if you are anywhere in this tornado warning polygon, you need to make sure that you're in your tornado safe shelter. Get to the lowest level of your house and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. That's very important. Make sure that you cover your neck and head. I'm going to turn off the lightning because I think it just clutters things up right now, especially as we're looking at some of the rotation that's going on with these storm cells. We do have another storm cell getting ready to cross into Ohio, and it's prompted our second tornado warning for a portion of southern Adams County and Scioto County. So let's go ahead and read this for you real quick. And we have a tornado warning for southeastern Adams County, southwestern Scioto County until 6:30 as well. So this one, again, is located near Vanceburg and moving northeast again at 30 as well. So the same track going on, northeast at 30 for both of these storm cells. Again, radar-indicated rotation. Locations impacted include Rome, Friendship, Sandy Springs, Buena Vista, Turkey Creek Lake, and West Portsmouth. So if you're anywhere, any one of these two polygons, you need to make sure that you seek shelter yet again. I'll zoom back out. We are in southern Ohio. You kind of see Cincinnati off in the distance there. But if you're in these two polygons, you need to make sure that you are seeking shelter and covering your neck and head. That's very important. If there is some good things out of this, we've had a couple other tornado warnings that's happened here this afternoon. Not seeing a lot of reports come out of that, but we are particularly watching this area. If I had to watch both of them, I am going to say we're watching a little bit closer, the one to the south in southern Adams County and portions of Scioto County. That's the one that continues to draw my eye in, and I'll try to show you what I'm talking about. I'm looking at another radar product off screen, but I'm going to try to, and here comes another tornado warning, probably just north of that. Yeah, so Adams County, Highland County, and Pike County. I was getting ready to show you portions of this, so we're going to see it now as well, though they're kind of lining that whole. They're going to fill in here in just a second. You're going to see it fill in the middle as the new tornado warning is going to populate here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and flip over to our base velocity. And you kind of see there's that other area of rotation. That's I was getting ready to show you guys that. This has come alive here in just a couple minutes, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see another one here for this as well. And they also extended this one out here coming into portions of Pike County. So I can tell you, basically, if you're in Adams County, I know that portions of Adams County are not in a tornado warning, but you need to make sure you're in your tornado safe shelters. There's a lot of rotation going on right here, getting ready to cross over into Scioto County. So you need to make sure you are in your tornado safe shelters. This polygon, in my opinion, should be moved up or should be reissued, because I think, in my opinion, this has pretty much gone outside of the polygon. There's a little bit of rotation here in the polygon, so there's kind of two different areas, but you can kind of see other areas starting to creep up. We're getting a lot of gate-to-gate shear. I'll zoom in real close here. Getting a lot of gate-to-gate shear right here. Looking at this one right around State Route 348, getting ready to cross over into Scioto County. So I would definitely take shelter if you're anywhere in these polygons, even in Adams County and portions of Scioto County. Make sure you're getting to that tornado-safe shelter. Looking up here at Sinking Spring, we are continuing to watch this one as well. This one is still radar indicated, not seeing much as far as on some of the things that we look at as tools with on the backside, as far as correlation coefficient, which is that debris ball and that type of thing, debris tracking. We're not seeing anything there yet, but they went ahead and issued this again, a new warning out ahead of this because of the issue that it is still showing some pretty good signs of rotation here on radar. So we have 3 tornado warnings in effect right now, and we do have a big severe thunderstorm warning that encompass all of this as well. So the newest tornado warning is for northeastern Adams County, northwestern Pike County, southeastern Highland County until 6:45. So there's radar indicated rotation, Piketon, Pike Lake, Kincaid Springs, Sinking Spring, Poplar Grove, Elm Grove, Smoky Corners, Lake White, man, I'll read it right today, Idaho, and Buchanan are all within this particular tornado warning. So you need to make sure that you are looking and adhering to the polygon. So we're looking at this, and we're looking again for southeast or Highland. We're continuing to watch this one. It's becoming more predominant on radar. Again, I'm looking at normalized rotation and correlation coefficient. That one is continuing to show signs there of flipping around. But I can tell you, too, that one there in Adams County, in my humble opinion, that doesn't have a warning on it, should have a warning on it right here. You can kind of see that clear as day. And I am shocked that there's no warning on this. But you need to treat it, again, since you're in a severe thunderstorm warning and you're close to the tornado warning, you need to make sure that you heed the warning. Get to your safe place right now. Get to your tornado-safe shelter. Get to the lowest level of your house and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible and cover your neck and head. So kind of what's going on right now. We have 3 tornado warnings on the board, and you kind of see this here. Again, we're in Cincinnati. I am not going to talk about anything but these tornado warnings, so if you're in other areas, I am sorry. I'm not going to talk about them right now. I'm sorry about that. Also, so I think one of you is watching on the stream from the Bell Park in YouTube. We got a spammer there, so if you can take care of the YouTube spammer, I greatly appreciate that. But we do have 3 tornado warnings going on right now. We have Adams, Ohio, Highland, Ohio. Then we have another one for Adams and Scioto, and then we have a 3rd tornado warning for Adams, Highland, Ohio, Highland, and Pike in Ohio. These are all moving almost the same, and I have a dashboard on my screen that you guys can't see, but they're all moving pretty much the same way, and they're moving east-northeast at 30 to 33 miles an hour. In addition to that, we have this big severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect as well for Adams, Highland, Pike, Ross, and Scioto. Winds up to 60 mile an hour. They're not showing a lot of hail as far as large hail with this, but they are showing some hail. And we're looking at 38 mile an hour wind gusts currently on that particular storm, 30 to 40 with some gusts up to 50. And then the potential is up to 60, but nothing too crazy right now in some of these other portions of the severe thunderstorm warning. And it is moving east at about 43 miles an hour currently. So we are watching this right now. I'm looking here, just kind of looking at some of the cameras inside of the warnings throughout the area, and not seeing too much going on. A lot of rain going on right now, and we're not getting a lot of reports, but I am really, as we're continuing to look at this, really getting more concerned as we're looking at a couple areas of rotation. And I apologize, I continue to look off screen and not show you exactly what I'm seeing. I'm going to kind of zoom in here on this northern one. So let's move up and let's go into here. This is by Sinking Spring. If you're in Sinking Spring or in the outskirts of Sinking Spring, you're kind of in the bullseye at the moment. So this is the one that I think you really need to, both of them you need to take a warning on, but this is one that's starting to show more signs of rotating and coming around from the backside. Let's take a look at another way to look at this. Let's see if this will populate quick for you. This is kind of taking the motion out of the storm. So what we're looking at now is called storm relative velocity. So we are looking at areas of rotation on radar. We're looking at green and red. So what we're seeing here, anything that's green is moving towards the radar site, and this was looking at Wilmington, so towards Cincinnati. Anything that's red, we're moving away from the radar site. So this also takes out the motion of the storm. So the movement of the storm, it subtracts out and gives us a pretty good picture of what's going on. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here in Pike and Highland counties, you can see this nice rotation right here. This is something that we are looking at. Again, we're looking at storm relative velocity, not even base velocity. So this is something that definitely warrants this tornado warning. And as we continue to move forward, we'll continue to watch these other areas as well. So if you're anywhere again in this particular polygon for basically pretty much a big majority of Pike County, Highland County, and even portions of northern Adams County for this one, need to be in that tornado safe shelter. Moving down to the southern storm, again, not so sure why they haven't issued anything just north of this polygon, in my humble opinion. But kind of crazy to me that they're not. But hey, we'll treat this anyway like a tornado warning because we have this severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect and has it tagged tornado possible. And then we do have another tornado warning here again to the south. This one goes until 6:30 for portions of southern Adams County. And actually, they just updated that. They took Adams County out of that. It's just now for portions of Scioto County. So Adams County on the southern point is out. So we're looking at that. They just updated on your screen. The southern portion of Adams County is now out just for portions of Scioto, or excuse me, not Scioto County. It is Scioto County. I'll get my bearings straight. Sorry, I'm looking at Highland and 40 different maps. So the tornado warning down here for Scioto County remains in effect until 6:30. So again, the latest update on this that they just came out with is saying that it's capable of producing a tornado located 9 miles northeast of Vanceburg, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour, radar indicated rotation. So nothing confirmed at this point. Again, the town of Friendship, Buena Vista, Turkey Creek Lake, and West Portsmouth are in the bullseye for this, is what they've called out. So they're saying, again, get to the lowest level of your house and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Not getting any storm reports on this one, so hopefully there is no tornado on the ground of anything of that sort. So we're not hearing anything like that at this point. So looking at the National Weather Service chat room, there's not much coming out of there. We have people monitoring that one as well, but not much coming out of the National Weather Service chat room, and we're not seeing any damage reports or anything. But we are continuing, again, like I said, watching this area near Sinking Spring. You see this, how it's kind of wrapped around itself now, and you see some of these reds inside of here. That's not necessarily a good thing. And if we turn it back to regular velocity, taking and putting back in the motion of the storm, you can kind of see here now how this little indent, and then we go back to storm relative velocity, taking the motion out of the storm. Once that pops back up, keep your eye on that area. Once it loads, you can see here, now we're starting to get some what's called true rotation. So there's some very small spin-ups that is possible. All right, so it's very, very possible that we could see that. So kind of looking here at the board, kind of doing a little bit of reset. We are getting, before we get to that, let me go ahead and put it back into reflectivity, show you the regular precipitation that's going on. Again, we have 3 tornado warnings and 1 big severe thunderstorm warning. We are having a damage report that has just came in. This one is thunderstorm damage. So we're saying in Ripley and Brown County, they had some tornado warnings there earlier. There's multiple trees down on US 52 between Higginsport and Ripley, and they're saying it happened about 5:30. So that's the latest report that's finally gotten reported out of Brown County from this line that was there earlier that we're looking at, we've seen, and we had some tornado warnings there for portions of Brown County earlier. That is the latest one that we have. So kind of resetting here, kind of zoom out for you. Take it back to our default view. What we got going on right now, we are in the southern part of the state. We have 3 active tornado warnings, and we have 1 severe thunderstorm warning for our coverage area. So we have several counties away from our Mid-Ohio Valley area. So if this were to hold together, we'll have to kind of wait and see. If you are in Northeast Ohio and Northwest Ohio, if you're in Lima, in that area, We are not talking about you. We apologize. We can't answer those questions right now. We're in storm mode, as we call it. And once we're in storm mode, we pretty much filter out and ignore anything about other areas due to the fact that we have tornado warnings active. That's just a policy that we have enacted for several years due to the threats that are currently possible. So we have 3 tornado warnings and a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's kind of zoom back in down here, kind of take you through these one by one. If you're just joining us, it's a Monday evening, going on 6:25 here in the PM. Owen Fritzen here with you again Monday evening. And we have team coverage actually looking at things on the backside, keeping an eye out for me as well. You do have the severe thunderstorm warnings and the tornado warnings crossing your screen. Those are coming in live, so you can kind of see those. That's a very nice feature. And if there's any new warnings that pop up, they will also pop up there as well. So let's take a look here, and we'll see here and look at the severe thunderstorm warning. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning that they've just issued here, and we'll get to that one here in just a moment. For portions, we'll get to that one here in just a minute. They went ahead, and you can see they went ahead and extended that other severe thunderstorm warning. So now there's 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. So we got this one, this plethora warning here, severe thunderstorm warning that expires at 7 o'clock. So it's this first one. I know it's very messy. I'll zoom in a little bit. So we'll go ahead and take these one by one. So this leftmost severe thunderstorm warning that is in this orange color, this is a severe thunderstorm warning for until 7 o'clock for eastern Adams, western Pike, and southeastern Highland, along with western Scioto and southern Ross counties until 7 p.m. Again, the severe thunderstorm warning is located along a line extended from Belfast to Vanceburg, moving east at 40 miles an hour, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust expected. The newest severe thunderstorm warning that just came out, they put it out ahead of this because this is still producing severe wind gusts, really is what they're saying on this one. For the rest of the line is for Pike County and Scioto County until 7:30. So again, this is the newest one that's been issued. Hazardous winds up to 60 miles an hour is why they issued this one. And this is a severe thunderstorm located along the line extended from Kincaid Springs, moving east at 35 miles an hour. Again, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts seem to be the source on this one. Locations impacted include Portsmouth, Wheelersburg, Waverly, New Boston, Piketon, South Webster, Rosemont, Clarktown, Lucasville, Franklin, Furnace, Scioto Dale, Beaver, Wakefield, Pike County Airport, Minford, Omega, Givens, Friendship, McDermott, and Bear Creek. So all those towns are in this severe thunderstorm warning for Pike and Scioto County until 7:30. We do have 3 tornado warnings that are going on right now. So we have really one that was issued, and they went ahead and issued this one out ahead of this because the rotation is really pretty much crossed into the new one right now. Let's flip it over to base velocity. You'll see here most of the rotation is in that new polygon. They do have the old polygon. It's still enacted, and this one goes until 6:30, so just about 3 minutes, and they'll let this one expire, I'm sure, because most of that rotation is now outside of this polygon. So for the sake of mentioning it, I'm not going to talk about that one, but the new one that they had issued definitely still have rotation inside of this. You can see some embedded rotation, not as strong as it once was. This one goes until 6:45. I'll kind of drag it down here. This one goes until 6:45. So again, we'll read the text of that one. Northeastern Adams County, northwestern Pike County, and southeastern Highland County, you have a tornado warning until 6:45. Radar indicated rotation. And again, they haven't updated this one in about 15 minutes, so we're waiting for a good update on this one. But this tornado threat is still valid for radar indicated rotation. Quick spin ups possible here with this one. And then we have our southernmost tornado warning, and we don't want to forget about that one as well. This one, goes, and I'll move this up here. This one goes until 6:30. We'll have to wait and see what they do with this one because decision time is right about now. It's 2 minutes until this warning's expired. So the tornado warning is still active here for southwestern Scioto County. It expires here in about 2 minutes at 6:30. So it's broad rotation, but it is still there. This is going to be you kind of zoom in here and look at this. We do have some broader rotation, but it's still there. And depending on the forecaster on duty is going to be the question on really are they going to reissue that tornado warning or not. That's kind of a 50-50 shot whether they want to reissue that one or they don't. So, if you're just joining us, we're in southern Ohio. We have some tornado warnings. We've had a few tornado warnings here in Ohio today. Storm Prediction Center didn't really call out the risk for tornadoes today, but again, it seems like these marginal risk days almost, or even getting into some of these a little bit risk days, we're seeing more and more of these tornadoes on stuff that are not on the more expected days, if you will. So something to kind of take into effect here with Ohio and the weather here in Ohio. So let's go ahead and zoom back in here, and let's take a look here at this warning up here. This one, again, keeps catching my eye. I keep zooming out, and then I kind of see the rotation starting to tighten back up just a little bit. The latest scan, we've kind of got two areas of rotation and a bigger, broad area of rotation that's going on. Let me see if I can do this without messing it all up. Let's see if it loads up here quick. It's not going to work. I'm sorry. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so you kind of see here we got this broad area rotation. Now you're starting to see kind of two areas of rotation spin up. So we're starting to see two areas of rotation. So let me turn on the telestration tool. Kind of see an area right here, and I'm sorry, that was a very bad circle. You can kind of see an area here and here. So you're starting to see two areas of rotation that would be concerning. And we'll have to wait and see. Again, this tornado warning is until 6:45. The other tornado warning that was just before this has been allowed to expire. But if you're, again, in this tornado warning, you need to seek shelter and make sure you get to the lowest level of your house, cover your neck and head. If you are in a mobile home, you need to get out of that mobile home, get into the storm-safe shelter, and cover your neck and head as well. Also, the tornado warning for Scioto County has been allowed to expire. You notice down here they have not reissued that one. That was kind of like I call a dealer's choice or forecaster's choice on that one. It is broad. So if you are in Scioto County, if you're in the Portsmouth area, Rosemount area, Lucasville area, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, that goes until 7:30. So you need to make sure, again, that you're staying inside and away from windows. And we still have issues with this that you got to be careful with, because this does have the possibility of producing a tornado. They did tag this right here. It says tornado possible. So what they're saying is you need to make sure that you be ready for a possible tornado warning. I know this is confusing. You say, why is it tagged tornado possible? Why don't they call it a tornado warning? I'm with you on that one. I don't know why they do that either. It just confuses the masses, and not everybody studies the weather like we all do, and it just confuses everybody. And normal people that don't study the weather nor care about studying the weather, they get confused. I get it, and I'm with you on that. So looking here again, we have one tornado warning. The other one and the other two actually have been expired. They've been expired on time. So let's go ahead here and zoom in on our only tornado warning. Kind of got two different areas of rotation. We're still looking here at the National Weather Service chat room, not seeing much going on from the forecasters actually issuing the warnings. They're not talking about it so much. Not a lot going on. They did just shrink the warning. You just seen that update come on your screen. So the warning now is just for Pike County. So you'll see, you just did. You should have just saw the shrinkage here on your screen. So this tornado warning now is just for Pike County. And let's see the latest update on that one quick. This one still hasn't. There it goes. So the latest update here, you can see they shrunk that. They're saying this tornado warning goes until 7 p.m. And again, moving at about 36 miles an hour. So tornado is possible. And it's moving northeast at about 36 miles an hour. So let me see if I can do something here. Getting some information here. No new damage reports coming in on this. National Weather Service is stating the rotation is weak, but the warning will continue. So that makes sense. They just updated the warning, trimmed out the other counties, and just left it here for portions of Pike County. So the latest update before I do the thing I was going to do is the tornado warning remains in effect And excuse me, I was wrong on this. I apologize. I clicked on the wrong line. This tornado warning expires at 6:45 p.m., not 7. So a tornado warning remains in effect until 6:45 for central Pike County. Again, radar indicated rotation. Locations impacted include Piketon, Pine Lake, Kincaid Springs, Elm Grove, Lake White, Idaho, and Buchanan. So if you're in one of those areas, you need to make sure that you are seeking shelter away from windows. And again, getting to that lowest level of your house. Again, mobile homes, you need to get outside that mobile home into a sturdy structure, because obviously tornadoes like to pick up mobile homes and toss them. So I'm seeing a lot of people killed in those situations. So need to have a plan. That's why you always got to have a plan for severe weather. Unfortunately, if you don't have a plan and it's now, you still need to get out of that and get to a safe structure, go to a gas station somewhere else. All right, so what I was going to do here, if this works correctly, last time it hasn't been working for me very well, but hopefully it will. Let me actually drop out of this screen real quick. Pull open the tornado warning box here yet again. So they dropped the speed down to about 33 miles an hour on the update. So let's go ahead and see if we can do it here. Of course, it is acting kind of goofy. And it won't. Let's see, I don't think it's going to work. Darn. Let me see, 3365. Yeah, I apologize. I was going to put a track on it, but it ain't tracking. So that's normal with this particular software. So apologies for that. Let's see here. Got it in the late. I'm still messing with it. I'm mad that it's not working. Okay, there we go. Finally. Well, that was a very weak track. And I apologize. That was very, very weak. It's about 62 degrees. We'll go this way. They got moving 62 at about 30. About 30. Yeah, they keeps bouncing back and forth. So we'll go right there. So right now the track that's populating on it, and not very good. That's a terrible track. It did not track correctly. I apologize. I like when technology works. See if we can try it again. Well, that was a little bit better. All right, so we'll go 65 degrees and about 35 miles an hour. It's about 65 degrees. So it didn't populate the greatest. Of course it didn't. But you can kind of see moves in towards Waverly here. We'll just kind of do it manually. Moves into Waverly here about 15 minutes if it holds together. And even far out is Chillicothe, or just to the south of Chillicothe, in about 30 minutes. I apologize. I really tried to track that thing, but it's not working as normal. So apologies for that. We continue to watch here, and we're going to flip back to velocity. This is showing some signs of kind of re-intensifying here on normalized rotation, another product that we're not showing you, but we are kind of see this cell just south of Morgantown start to be a little bit more intense. It's starting to pick up in intensity right through here. So north of 124, and kind of here just to the west of 772, that general vicinity is starting to pick back up in what's called normalized rotation. So we're keeping an eye on that one. And we're also still keeping an eye here down for our friends in Scioto County. We are still watching those, and we're watching what's coming over the river too. There's a couple areas of rotation that we're looking at. So we're kind of looking here. Let's flip back over to our our reflectivity product here. Kind of looking here, Portsmouth. You can kind of see this Boeing effect. So we are watching this rotation again in Scioto, as we mentioned here a little bit ago, and especially what's crossing the river. But we are starting to see a little bit of a Boeing effect. You kind of see that arrow. I'll kind of draw it there, so you can kind of see it's kind of blending in. But you can kind of see that's bowing out a little bit. That's very indicative of strong winds. So even if you don't have a tornado warning, portions of Scioto County, you need to make sure that you're ready for these strong winds. All right, it's really, really important as we continue to move forward here. We have some broad rotation in this area. We had some tornado warnings on it earlier, but you can kind of see that trend, and you kind of see this bowing structure. I'll kind of and you maybe change it to a different color, but kind of see that bowing structure out front of this. That's kind of moving off here towards the northeast. So you kind of see that latest update there. Definitely bowing out. So Scioto County, I'll kind of zoom in. I'll get rid of the telestration here. So you folks over there towards South Webster, Wheelersburg, I know that's right on the border. You definitely need to make sure that you're indoors and seeking shelter due to some very strong winds that are possible for you. All right. I know our team has been helping out in the comments. Dr. Weather has been helping out. I'll just call that person Dr. Weather. I can't say his real name, but helping out in the comments. Great guy. Helping us out a little bit. So Dr. Weather's in there and helping us out. Good dude. So looking here again, that bowing structure and our tornado warning. So I kind of reset. I know some of you are joining us. Let's kind of go back all the way out. We do have that one tornado warning in effect. It's very broad at this point as far as rotation goes. The National Weather Service says they're going to keep it on until it expires pretty much. And then they're not so sure that they're going to reissue it. Right now, they're leaning towards no. So we're kind of zooming out here. This is what we got going on. And I'm also going to flip on real quick the Storm Prediction Center convective outlook. Okay, you kind of see here that slight risk. All right, you kind of see that kind of run along I-71, that marginal risk in the green, and then we have the lighter green. So pretty much northwest Ohio, you don't have any severe weather possible the rest of the night. But so if you're in anywhere in this yellow area, that slight risk of severe weather, that level 2 risk, you could see, again, some storms as we head into the evening hours. The general consensus and the general trend, I'll turn that off, we are starting to get towards sunset. So one of the biggest things with that, the rotation is weak. And again, it's starting to die down, and it will start to die down because we're starting to lose some of that daytime heating. So the overall trend is it's dying down, and we're starting again, 7:35, 7:34 somewhere, and there's the sunset. So it's starting to lose that diurnal heating, and a lot of this too, some of this rain and stuff out ahead of this is kind of taking the punch out of some of this. Again, can't totally rule out the threat here for Scioto County. That is still bowing very nicely, but the general consensus as far as rotation is that starting to die down, which is a good thing. Again, we're seeing the sunset come earlier and earlier, so we're starting to see that trend overall weakening. So there's different areas of rotation. The National Weather Service is stating there's 4 particular areas of rotation, 2 of which are in the tornado warning that they're looking at, and the other 2 we've seen basically when we were talking about Scioto County. So they're keeping an eye on all of this from the National Weather Service. The general trend is it's dying down. Again, just have a plan in case a few of these storms continue to pop off some some tornado warnings, especially, but you also need to be prepared for the wind, especially in southeast Ohio tonight. It's possible. Okay, you're under that slight risk. We've had that out for a while, so you need to make sure that you are prepared. Don't be scared, be prepared. All right, so let's zoom in here again on the tornado warning in progress. We got about another 2 minutes on this one. My gut says they're not going to reissue the tornado warning. I think they're going to let it expire on time because right now would be what we kind of call decision time. So I don't think they're going to keep the tornado warnings active, but again, we'll stay with this here for the next couple of minutes and find out. But this tornado warning expires here in 2 minutes. So it's moving northeast at 33 miles an hour. And if we kind of look at this here, again, 2 minutes, it expires at 6:45, radar indicated, and again, moving at about 33 miles an hour. We're not seeing any reports come in on these for this particular county here in Pike County. We are starting to get some reports coming in for Scioto, trees down on US 52 near Buena Vista, right along the river. So we are seeing some damage reports come in along those as well. Ross County, you do have a special weather statement out as well for winds up to 50 miles an hour. That is something that's come in as well. And I do believe that tornado warning is gone here in just a second. So they think those trees, by the way, coming back down, those trees over there in Scioto County, they estimate that was a 615 as it was moving right through there. I believe, let me double check. I believe that warning is gone. I believe the tornado warning is now officially expired. We got one more minute, but I don't see them reissuing it, and it doesn't really look like they're going to reissue it at all. So it should be allowed to expire here in just a moment. All right, let me pop open the live sweep here. Yeah, there goes the tornado warning. So we are tornado warning free right now. So let's go back here. Let me flip back. For some reason our radar image went goofy. So, all right, so we are now tornado warning free. The only thing we have on the board is we've got, I got 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. Is there 2? I'm going to go back and count them. We have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings here. I like that. My dashboard told me that. I'm very impressed with the dashboard. It's an internal dashboard that Ohio News and Weather uses about different things. It gives us real feeds. It's really nice. I wish we could take it public. Gives us alert maps, gives us ODOT feeds, camera feeds, all the stuff we need, one-stop shopping. So my dashboard had told me there's 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, and it's true. I forgot about this little one down here just into Ohio. So right now we are tornado warning free. They are going to continue on with the severe thunderstorm warning as tagged tornado possible. So what we have here, for all intents and purposes, I hate to say this one over here goes until 7, this severe thunderstorm warning, but it's pretty much done. There's not much going on here. As soon as I say that, they just trimmed it back to just the northern portion, which I was getting ready to say. So they just trimmed that back to cover portions here of Pike County. So as I said that again, they just trimmed that back for portions of Pike County and Ross County. So let's go ahead and back out here, kind of take these one by one. We'll start with the middle one now, the big megagon in the middle almost. Not megagon, it's only 2 counties. I've seen worse. Cleveland's done a lot worse. They've drawn huge polygons. So looking here at the severe thunderstorm warning, this goes until 7:30. So this one here is for Pike County and Scioto County until 7:30. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts that we're looking at. Severe thunderstorms are located along a line extended from Kincaid Springs to 6 miles west of, I think it's, I don't know how to say it. I'm not even going to try to say it. 6 miles west of Lee, I don't know how to say it. I'm not even going to, again, not even going to try. Moving east at 35 miles an hour, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So again, that long line right there in the center, that goes until 7:30. They do have this one again tagged as tornado possible. We do have a little teeny sliver down here. This little teeny fella, okay, this one goes until 7:45, and that's just for kind of our friends in Lawrence County. So northwestern Lawrence County, southwestern Lawrence County. Sorry, there's one in Kentucky too. Ain't that gets you a little confused? Southwestern Lawrence County. So that one goes until 7:45, and then we have this one, for all intents and purposes, that's still on the board just for Ross County and portions of Bainbridge and points east, and this one expires at 7 o'clock. So zooming out here, the main concern to be that we're seeing right now, a lot of the rotation, again, if you're just joining us, etc., a lot of the rotation has ceased. There's some broad rotation. They're keeping an eye on a couple of these areas, but again, we're losing the diurnal heating, which is a good thing. Okay, so that's a very good thing. Okay, no more tornado warnings. The tornado warnings are allowed to expire. They have been allowed to expire. They did expire. So I know some people are saying sirens. I don't know what your county siren policy is. Sometimes they set them off for severe thunderstorm warnings that are tagged tornado possible or not. Again, that's possible. I keep seeing in the comments, Waverly, Ohio, and Pike County, the sirens are going off. Not sure why. Not sure what the county's policy is. Every policy is different in every single county, and that's another thing that gets everybody confused in the weather world. In Ohio, we have 88 counties, and guess what? We have 88 different siren policies. And guess what? They test them all on different days, too, and times. So doesn't that confuse you? Definitely does. And apologies for that. I wish we would get our act together on that sort of stuff when it comes to the weather community, because it confuses everybody. Like right now, these severe thunderstorm warnings, you should heed the warning because it's tagged tornado possible, but yet it's not a tornado warning. All right. The biggest thing is we have to look at Jackson, Lawrence, Gallia, Vinton, and Meigs. That's the biggest thing. We're expecting some weakening trend, but kind of as this moves forward, again, our biggest concern that we're looking out ahead of this is going to be Jackson, Lawrence, Gallia, Vinton, and Meigs County. That's what we're kind of looking at. And we have to keep a close eye. If there's anything that really is piquing my interest right now, it's this Boeing structure right here as it's moving out of Scioto County. So as this, as this starts to move towards Jackson County, and even maybe clip portions of Lawrence County, that's what I would be most concerned with at the moment. All right. Taking a drink of water there. So again, I totally apologize for the tornado warning policy or siren policy. It's something that in the weather community, you'll ask any weather person in the media, even the National Weather Service, they don't control the sirens. Everybody would love a uniform tornado siren policy in Ohio. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, and I've been told a lot of things. I've asked about this at the state level, and there's a lot of different reasons for it. It's very political, might I say that. But they should, in my opinion. Everybody kind of should have a uniform policy so you know in Ohio that the tornado siren goes off when this happens. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So you have to educate yourself as the end user or consumer, unfortunately. And again, they're outdoor warning sirens meant for outdoor use, not indoor use. So you're not meant to hear them indoors. So you're supposed to make sure you have other ways to be alerted. Also, the Pike and Scioto County severe thunderstorm warning, that tornado tag possible is removed. You can see it there now. So if I go back down into this, you can see, take the slow route or take the fast route on. There we go. So this warning down here was tag tornado possible. They removed that tag on this one as well. So things are in the overall trend looking more linear. But again, still have to keep a close eye on this. Is bowing out just a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see another warning for severe thunderstorm warnings out ahead of this one in Jackson County and maybe portions of Gallia County. I'm not sure if it gets that far, or Lawrence. We're kind of right close to all three of those counties, so we have to kind of see what happens on that one. And again, that one's out of Charleston, so that's a different warning or different forecast office. So as we flip over to the Charleston forecast office, they'll have to make that decision as we move forward. All right, the biggest thing to keep in mind, too, as we continue to move through this is to make sure, please make sure that you have our app. That's the best way to track these things. That's the best way to get tornado warnings. You can download this for free. If you don't have it in the App Store, please download that. Search Ohio News and Weather in the App Store. You can track the weather. We have storm tracks. We have tornado warnings, all the warnings that you would want, very customizable. And a lot of people don't understand that, but you go to that little icon, download that app, go to that little icon, that little location icon, and click on the settings. You can customize every alert that you want. So if you don't want to be woken up by flood warnings, yes, you can turn that off. Or dust warnings. We've had one of those. If you don't want to be warned with those type of things, you can turn those off. It's very customizable in what you can get. And you can track the weather with us as well. You can do storm tracks on it. You can see the Storm Prediction Center outlooks on it. It is something we're very proud of, so make sure you download our app. It is free. We try not to spam you. We won't spam you, I guess, as far as ads. There is a few ads in the app. We still have to try to make a little bit of money, but this definitely costs us quite a bit of money to maintain. But we want you to use it. I'm so proud of the usage that we've been having on it, so make sure you download the app. Tell your friends about it. It is a great tool to remain safe. And again, it's free, and it's the most streamlined app as far as weather goes. We're not going to continue to do pop-ups or anything on you. We don't even it even has the ability to warn you if lightning's in the area and rain. You can even turn those on or off. So it's very customizable, and we usually don't send out forecaster or meteorologist alerts, yet we can in certain areas. We can draw a box and say, if you're in this area, we want to alert you about something, but you can do that, or we can do that if we feel it's extreme. So like a tornado emergencies and stuff, we use that feature. So with that being said, as I say that, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that I figured they were going to issue, as I talked about just a moment ago. This goes until 8 o'clock. Doesn't surprise me. All right, this new severe thunderstorm warning. If I said tornado warning, I apologize. It's been a very long day for me. But this new severe thunderstorm warning, hopefully I didn't say anything I shouldn't have said there. But as far as tornado warning, it's a severe thunderstorm warning. So what we have here is a new severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Meigs County, central Gallia County, Jackson County, southern Vinton County, central Lawrence County. This goes until 8 o'clock. Radar indicated winds of 60 miles an hour. Again, something to keep an eye on. They went ahead and tagged this one tornado possible. So they're back to tagging it tornado possible. So something we're going to continue to watch. But at this moment, I don't see any reason to keep us live. Okay, you can continue to download our app as you need to, and you can continue to be a part of our community. And if we do have any other tornado warnings, we definitely will come right back live for you. So we'll do that as we need to. So for now, we're going to wrap up the coverage. I want to thank my team on the backside. All of them are actually working today. Zach, thank you. Thanks to, I know Brant Warren was there. I know Mark Spencer was there. I think Mike Joyce might have been in there too. All of them are in there. There's another one of our team that's in there as well. We're going to call him Dr. Weather for all intensive purposes. Maybe you people can figure out who that is. Great guy, Dr. Weather. Thank you for handling the comments as well. And we will continue to keep you updated as needed. Be sure to download the app.